I can see Tyson, but he's like, but it's good though. I can't see your screen is black.
Mm, You see me now?
No,
Jalen, can you see me?
no, I can't see you.
No, I can see you, Antoine.
I think it's on my end. In all honesty,
All right, do me a favor. Log out, log back in. It should work.
okay.
Them
Myself.
dang PCs need to get a MacBook.
Nah, I stay with the Samsung. I mean, Microsoft.
I got Microsoft too. I don't got no trash Apple product. Apple product trash.
Really? Why you say that?
Because they try to keep you in their circle to the bad stuff. They don't want you to go be great, you know.
Right. Honestly, and I tell everybody this why I get Apple products is only just because of the name, to be honest. There's none of the reason. It just kind of look better.
Right.
That's a horrible explanation, but
We streaming on all of my pages. We streaming on my YouTube, my Nothing But Nuggets Facebook group, my Antoine Campbell page, and my personal Facebook page. Just give me 1 second while I fix some things on my phone.
okay, perfect.
It's gonna be a good live.
For sure. Tyson, you can see me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, I can see some on my end.
Let me do that real quick. My phone be booming all day.
We the money man.
Nah, man, I'm broke. I tell you, you know, it's Jack Boy season right now. You broke. I don't know. I ain't got no money. I think we good. So yeah, welcome everybody to the show. This is the Nothing But Nuggets podcast. I got two very special guests on. They caught my attention. Actually, one of my good employees, Janice, actually brought you guys to my attention because we got so many customers. And she was like, "Hey, coach, you should check out these. You should check out these two guys. They bought 8 VAs from me, and that kind of caught me. Oh God, like 8 VAs or 6 VAs? I think it was something like that." She said, "Yeah, they're looking to get more. And they're looking to go into 2021 with a vengeance." She was like, "You guys trying to scale up?" So, won't you introduce yourself? Okay? And that's your partner, Jalen, right?
Yeah, correct. I don't even see Jalen no more, but since I can't see him, I'll go ahead and go first, though.
I add him. There we go. You good?
Perfect.
So
Well,
yeah, good story. So you guys going 6 figures, hitting about 6 figures a month now. So let everybody know who you are, what you from, and how do you get from 0 to 6 figures.
Gotcha. So I want to first and foremost say thank you, Antoine, for real, for letting us be on this platform, letting us go live with you and just share our story. I just want to say that first and foremost, though. And then we'll just start off. My name is Tyson Guy. I'm a 20-year-old real estate entrepreneur out here in DeSoto, Texas, where I was born and raised. I started my real estate journey pretty young. I started right at around 16, 17 years old. And I actually, believe it or not, I closed my first deal entering my senior year of high school for $4,000. Yeah, I had to split that, did a JV on that, make $2,000. But nonetheless, that really brought me into the real estate game. And really since then, I worked as an acquisition manager after high school, where I went on to, close 20, 30 plus transactions, learn the business ins and out. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Now we're here, partner up with Jalen for the last 6 months, and we did.
You worked as an acquisition manager for someone else's business.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm on point with the story.
Yeah.
This is the first time hearing you guys' story, so I just want to make sure I'm good with repeating it.
Yeah. So I was in acquisitions for about a year and a half or so. Then I partnered with Jalen about 6 months ago, and like I said, we've done multiple 6 figures since then. So
where you guys from? Like, where you at?
We're in Dallas. I'm from a small city, DeSoto, on the outskirts in Dallas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you Texas boys?
Yep, of course. Yeah.
Awesome. That's and what markets? Hold on. So let your partner go because he kind of went in and out. Introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are, how you got to this point in your career.
Perfect. So my name is Jalen Ewins. As you said, I'm a 19-year-old real estate investor. I started my journey when I was 17 years old. It took me about 4 months to close my first deal.
I'm
I
sorry.
started. Can you repeat
You hear me?
that? What you say? Can y'all hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you right now. I can hear you. You good?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Antoine, you good?
I think you lagging.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I'm about to plug this thing in right here. This Wi-Fi not gonna play me today.
It's that PC.
Nah. We got a lot of fun in this house just from this one box. So we should be good now. So go ahead, my
You're good. So my name is again Jalen Ewins, and I started my real estate journey when I was 17 years old.
Man.
That's his stuff. That's not me. I got my that Wi-Fi. You know, one thing about y'all, make sure you have a good powerful computer or it's telling you.
Oh my
So,
God.
a few seconds to log back in. If not, you know, I'm used to this type of stuff. We'll move forward and then we'll double back to the story.
That's cool.
So you feel comfortable with me going forward?
Yeah. I mean, we're good. Let's go ahead.
So cool. So you guys linked up together about 6 months ago.
Correct.
And you guys were doing this stuff in a DFW, or you virtual? How does it all work out?
So, like I said, I was in acquisitions, right? So we did virtual. Most of all our business was 90% over the phone, and of course, I was the main person locking up all the deals. So we did go on appointments. So since me and Jalen actually partner up, we do all our business in Dallas, in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're 100% virtual. Since we partnered, we probably been on 1 or 2 appointments, just honestly.
So just curious, what made you go the virtual route?
What made you go the virtual route? Really because of the pandemic, right? And then a lot of the sellers, they weren't wanting to meet up, or if they did want to meet up, they want to go through all these precautionary measures and things like this. And we kind of was forced into that virtual space.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so how does your business set up? How many people in your business, whether they virtual with you or local? How many people in your business, and what does your day-to-day operations look like?
So we have about a staff of about 12 now.
Nice.
We have about 11 cold callers, and we have a TC. We actually have a junior acquisitions as well. So our day-to-day operations. So Jalen, he handles most of all the systems, the processes, dispositions and things like that. But for me, I take care of all acquisitions, take care of all the sales trainings and things like that. So that's what I do on a day-to-day basis, and look at the cold callers, making sure they're making the right amount of calls and making sure they're on point with the script and things like that. And like I said, we have a TC who's amazing, who on her day-to-day job is just follow up title company, making sure these deals get closed and things like that.
And that TC, they local or?
Yeah, she's actually local. Yep, she is.
Okay. So what type of systems does it take in order to get to 6 figures? Like you got a CRM, what type of
Jalen, you want to answer that?
I'm just trying to.
Jalen, you want to answer?
For sure. Can y'all hear me where my Wi-Fi is? For sure.
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me where my Wi-Fi is bad right now? I don't know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we hit 93K last month. This month we're on track to do 140 grand. And the systems and process that takes right now, we have 9 cold callers, 1 lead manager. The cold calls, of course, cold call, outbound calls, lead manager. He's in the system, calling all of our cold leads, making sure we're following up, and being very effective on our follow-up, because as we all know, follow-up gets the deal. So that's what she does on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi. I'll explain it. Okay, so I'll take over. So basically, the system and process is to hit close to $100,000 in a month. It's very simple. You really all you need is a good CRM so you can follow up with your leads. You need a dialer for your sales rep to call those leads, right? And then you also need really, that's really all you need as well. And we use REI Stift as well to put all our data in and things like that. But other than that, that's really all you need. And of course, you need to go buy the list from like list stores, things like that. But you don't need too
So,
many systems in place.
so what preferred dollar are you guys banging with right now with 9 VAs?
We actually with call tools. Call
Cool.
tools.
I got call tools too. I got 6 seats with call tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Call
it's
tools,
pretty
yeah.
good. And can you get into details about the call flow? Like how many touches on average you see that you got to get in order to warm up your list? Because most of the people that follow me, they just think that, hey, Antoine, I pulled the list, I skip traced it, I called twice, and shit ain't happened. Can you
Yeah.
get into detail the complexity of what you got to do to get to that hot and warm lead consistency so you can get on the
Right.
phone?
So once we pull the list, right? I mean, we pull bulk lists, 20, 30,000 record lists, you know what I mean? So once we get that into call tools, I mean, we call them once all the way through, and then we call them about 3 or 4 times, right? Right. So we're getting these leads in, and once we get the leads in, it's my responsibility as the acquisition manager at the moment to follow up with those leads, right? And
Right.
I follow up the leads. I mean, I'm pretty aggressive. My motto is I'd rather lose the lead following up 2 months, too much than not lose. I mean, lose the lead by not following up at all. So I mean, I follow up the leads, 3 times a day. Once the lead come in, if it's a really hot or warm lead.
Right. So nothing gets to you until it's actually like warmed up. Am I correct? Like you don't really. And what's your definition of a warm lead from an acquisition perspective?
Right. So how we have it and what's been most successful for us, we just basically have our callers. Once they get somebody who says, look, they're interested in selling, at that point they really push it over to us. And the
Right.
reason why we do it like that is because a lot of times, sometimes they can't differentiate if the lead is actually serious or not. So once it gets to me, I have a good acquisition kind of system that I use where that if they aren't motivated, I can get them get them off the phone pretty quickly. But my definition of a hot and warm lead, basically somebody that says they want to sell within 30, 60 days or so.
That's exactly what we underwrite our people. You know what I mean? One thing I tell people in my business is never think for the seller. You know,
Right.
maybe hey, I want to sell, but I want $100 more than what we think is worth.
Right.
And then you call with them, and it's a whole different situation, and you made 20 grand.
Right. Exactly. I agree 100%.
So let's go back to the VA thing, right? Because
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people get stuck at.
Yeah.
Right? They can't take their VAs and then they can't turn their VAs into deal making machines, like where they just constantly send them good quality leads.
Right.
You think that took in place for you guys to make your VAs really work out? Because it's a tough thing, really grooming VAs. There's a special training, a special company went with.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go about handling that whole VA setup?
Right. I feel like a lot of times when people get VAs from companies like yours and any other company they get it from, they think that they're supposed to come in and be superstars. They're supposed to come in and know exactly how you want them to do things, and they don't train them at all. So the good thing about us is we actually train our VAs, right? So before they even touch the phone, they got to go through a 3-day training with us and
Right.
make sure they're ready before they actually even get on the phones. So I think what actually makes our VAs pretty good is because we actually constantly do trainings and get them good. And we always,
I see that with people who's actually successful with VAs is that it's the people that come in and say, yeah, thank you, Antoine, we got it from here. And they already have a system. They have understanding of what they want. They have a process. They're not clueless. And they straight to the point with their VAs. They manage their VAs really tightly.
Yeah.
Shout out to like companies like Home Selling Solution. You guys like who come in and buy 6, 7, 8 VAs understanding, knowing that, hey, these VAs are, trained, but they're not ready to go from what you want. So you have to really step up and really put that into them. And I think that's the missing piece for most clients who get VAs, not just from our company, but from anybody out there that's selling VAs.
Right. Because the way you teach them how to cold call or the way you teach them how to respond to a text script may be totally different from the way you actually want them to. Right. And then each market may be, vary, especially like, I guess how people talk and things like that. You want them to kind of be accustomed to what you like and that you're okay with it, right?
Right.
So I agree.
So who in the business again? Because I think I missed that question. Who in the business again is running your dispo side of things?
So dispo, that's Jalen. So he take care of all dispo for us. And his job is pretty much to get these deals going for the top dollar to these cash buyers.
And do you have an idea what that process look like, or that's something that he has to answer?
I could kind of say it, but that's something he would have to answer. But typically, once we get the deal, he'll actually text our VIP buyers first, the ones we've done tons of business with.
Right.
And then if we're not getting really any bites from that, we'll post it on Facebook groups. And then from there, we'll do a text blast.
And what are you guys using for your text blast? Like, what software?
I know he's using Smarter Contact, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Smarter Contact, yeah.
That's what we use too.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was banging with the Smarter Contact because they was one of the first companies that actually stepped up and said, hey, we're not just going to shut your account down because you're spamming. Hey, you buy all these test credits because you're going to be spamming. So they created this proprietary algorithm that helps you not get put on the spam list. So one of the things I can suggest, because I know that your partner probably can answer better than you, is that when you guys are texting, I'm talking to the crowd, you should be rotating your numbers. So if you're going to be texting a DFW area, you should have 3 to 6 DFW phone numbers where you can rotate consistently. So your phone number won't show up as spam likely, or the phone carriers won't recognize that, hey, this person is spamming because they sent out 20,000 text messages in 4 days from this one particular number.
And the crazy thing about it, I was just speaking to a buddy of mine about that. And it's getting to the point now where you got to literally change your text. Change your numbers up probably every week or so now.
Yeah. So you've been rocking together. How has it been like personally? Like who? Because I haven't been around you guys, so I can't really pick it up yet. Who is the innovator? Who is the implementer? Like, who's the person that say, okay, this is where we're going, this the ideas, and this person gonna go make it work?
Honestly, that's a question me and Jalen always kind of battle with, and we trying to still figure out to this day, like, who's the visionary and who's the integrator, right? I found out like both of us are kind of the visionary, I would say, but Jalen's role is the integrator. Because we both come up with the ideas of the company, where we're going, where we're headed. But I would say I'm more of the visionary, and Jalen is a mix between both. Right.
Yeah. So this is a suggestion to you guys, right? As you're scaling, you definitely going to need an integrator. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, two great minds is great, but you're going to need somebody to push these ideas forward. Right. So one of the struggles I had, in my business was I had an idea. And it took the people around me time to implement it. So I had to go get some higher level people who's accustomed to implement things at a drop of a dime. Example, I said, hey, France, we're doing a live today. Here you go, set it up. Oh, yeah, by the way, an hour before the live, I need you to create me a commercial. So in between the live, I can play this commercial. So hopefully he should be going to commercial break right now so we can hit up your guy to see what's what with his internet. If not, he can log on from his cell phone. His cell phone should work.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him log on from his cell phone.
Yeah, he could log on for us. Because I definitely want him a part of this conversation. I think this is going to go down as one of the better interviews for the people that's trying to figure out, hey, okay, I'm past this hump. How can I get to 6 figures? And I think you guys can definitely answer a lot of the questions that most people have.
Most definitely. Absolutely. So I just told him to log in from his phone. So hopefully he's joining here soon.
Cool.
Yep.
So we're going to go to guys. Don't go nowhere. This is about to get good. We're about to hit a commercial break right now.
Perfect.
What's up, everybody? My name is Franz, and today I'm representing Antoine Campbell's V1 Marketing and Training LLC. We would like to let you know our Christmas sale. Don't miss out the chance to scale your business by getting our courses and get 2 trained and vetted VAs to help you with your business. So, what are you waiting for? Go to www.v1vas.com/Christmas sale.
Wow. All right, we about to jump back.
Yeah, so we back from the commercial break. Hopefully, you guys check out their holiday sales. So, let's talk about what some goals that you might have for 2021. Like, how in the world are you going to keep the momentum? Because from my understanding, the DFW isn't an easy market. Like, it's very competitive.
Right, most definitely. And I would say, I mean, some goals that we have and how we're going to keep that up, especially with the tough market, is just really just keep marketing, really keep scaling up and things like that. But one of our biggest goals is to pick up rentals.
Right.
And we see ourselves next year picking probably, and we're going to get into subject twos as well. We're going to shoot for about 20 rentals next year.
Right. And what's the game plan today? Like, you got some funding lined up, or how you going?
Yeah, so we actually are going to get some funding lined up. We're working with these small community banks to fund the deals for us, which we already got approved for one of the deals that we tried to do, but the numbers didn't work out. So, I mean, yeah, we've been partnering with them, and they've been giving us good feedback from that.
Awesome. So, to keep the momentum, you say aggressive marketing, consistent follow-up. What are some things you're doing to push your team and encourage your team to keep striving for excellence?
Exactly. So, to keep them motivated, quite frankly, we incentivize the mess out of our employees, right? So if they're hitting their goals, they're hitting their targets, they're going to get incentivized, right? Especially that's very, very important when having virtual assistants as well, is to do that. Actually treat them like they're a part of the team and like they're regular people, right?
Right.
We also do morning accountability meetings, right? Just to keep them motivated, tell them where they are for the week, how many deals they got, how many deals are closing. You know what I mean?
Right.
We do stuff like that, incentivize them, talk to them every morning and things like that, just to keep them motivated.
So, let's go back 2 years ago.
Okay.
What was 2 years ago? Like, what was you doing?
2 years ago, I mean, I was 18 years old, so this is around December. Actually, this was me just now graduating high school. So once I first graduated, I should have shared this with you, but I got my real estate license, right? So during that time, I was trying to balance, kind of being a realtor and trying to figure out, do I want to wholesale or be a realtor? So for about 6 months during that time, about 2 years ago, I was trying to, get listings, show buyers, and do like rentals, but that really wasn't working out for me. But 2 years ago, exactly from today, I did close my first transaction as a realtor, as a representing a buyer. But that's what I was doing 2 years ago.
How was that? Like, I know that was a lot of shitty work to make that 3%.
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy part, that was the easiest transaction because that was my cousin. And the thing is, he paid cash for the house as well. So it was almost like a cash transaction. And we closed like in 10 days. Super easy.
Nice. So we got your partner back. Let's bring him back on the show.
I'm back and I'm ready. I'm back and I'm ready.
Hopefully you plug that blue wire up to your laptop. You gotta have a blue wire.
I'm good now. But where we at with everything?
Man, we just chopping it up, man. Just keeping things flowing. We're gonna double back, and I want you to introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know who you are and how you guys became partners. Your story, and then we can go back to what we was talking about.
Okay, perfect. So again, my name is Jalen Ewings, and I'm a real estate investor at only 19 years old. I started when I was 17. I started coming up on 2 years in January. I started in January, closed my first deal in May, and I made $37,500 with the assignment fee on it.
Nice.
I JV'd it with my mentor, so 28 came to my side and 10 came to his side. And since then, I was grinding. I think I got like 4 or 5 more deals in between then and since me and Tyson partnered. So
Mhm.
now me and Tyson been rocking and rolling ever since. Scaled very, very nicely, and now where we are, where we're at now.
So, quick question: how this came about? Like, how you guys team up and realize that okay, this is the right move for both me and you?
So I'll go into the story. It's actually a pretty crazy story.
Yeah,
So, like I was telling you, as I was an acquisition manager for the company, we actually met at an event that they threw for scaling. Right? They basically come by work for. They have an event where they teach new investors how to scale up their business and things like that.
Right.
And really, just me and Jalen really connected
for sure.
when he met because we both were young in this business and things like that. And then how we actually came about partnering was I actually had left that company, and then me and Jalen had connected with each other um, just because I really thought it was going to be a good fit. I reached out, and we both kind of came to some of agreement, and we worked it out.
For sure. For sure. And like Tyson said, it's really a partnership made in heaven, if you will, because Tyson, he's a closer. And I'm good with systems, things like processes, things like that. So when we came together, we just been going crazy since we got the same mindset. One thing about us, we'll make a lot of money. We have made a lot of money, but it's not about what you make, it's about what you save and invest.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna get to that. That's my next section. But yeah, I like to hear that.
for
Yeah.
sure. So, our plan for next year is just to go out and buy a buttload of rentals. We could be like a lot of other young people and kind of splurge our money, but that ain't gonna get us nowhere. We know how to make our families just better in terms of generational is with rentals and things like that. So we definitely understand that.
Awesome. So quick question: how important is is both your parents playing a role into this business thing? Are they on the sideline saying, "Hey man, son, don't pitch your money away on this Dodge Charger"? Like, I got to check the other day and I said, "Damn, voices in my head say go buy this Charger." And I'm like, nah, don't worry about that. Yeah, I done been there, done it when I was in my 20s. So like, how's your parents really, advising you guys and showing you the way as far as being disciplined?
So, for myself, I actually started real estate with my dad, and my dad is and my mom is such a huge part in all that we do. I couldn't do it without them because they set the foundation
Right.
for us, and they also my dad is very frugal, so I'll be telling him, "Hey, I'll do this with my money," and he know the type of money I make. He like, "Don't do that, don't do that." So he's huge when it comes to spending habits and what I grew up in, and just being frugal. So they were a huge part in that, both of them.
Right. That's amazing. What about you, Tyson?
For me, my parents play a really huge part, and it's more not really on the financial side because honestly, I really don't tell them how much I make or anything like that. Um, so they really don't know because I really haven't changed. They really couldn't even tell probably I make this much money. But really, just on the encouraging side, they just encourage me just to do better. They always asking me how the company going and things like that, and they keep me motivated because I want to one day in the future retire them. So it's just I just see them go to work every day, and it's just like, man, they got to stop.
For sure.
That's amazing. So you got your parents. They're really supportive. Like you touched on discipline with the finances. Like when you got that first check in your hand, like can you explain to the people like what was going through your head? Like was it let me go ahead and buy something, or what, I got to keep pushing forward. This ain't nothing.
So for me, when I got my first check, it wasn't as big as 28 grand. But the most valuable thing I got from that is it just taught me the business was actually real. And it helped me understand that, like, if I can do this at this age, not knowing nothing, just by pure hustling, I know when I actually learn it and get better that I can actually do this. That's
Right.
what it taught me. I didn't want to go splurge on the car. I didn't want to go do all that. I just wanted to learn. That's it.
For sure.
Awesome. So are there any like particular books you can account for that got you to this point, or it was just straight like energy that got you to this point?
Traction was a big one for me. That really set the foundation. And you actually recommended that book because when I closed my first deal, like 4 months later, I actually hired two VAs from you, and you were talking about the book Traction a lot. So I read that, and that book that's all the book. I ain't got to say no other book. Traction is just huge. They
So,
really tell you how
so
to
do you
scale.
build your business off the traction principles like the EOS model?
We don't really be on an ERS model, but the biggest thing that it showed me was numbers,
Right.
that KPIs and things like that. So that's the biggest thing that it showed me. So now we're really doubling down on all of our numbers because we're scaling next year. So that's the biggest thing that it taught me was numbers.
Yeah, if you decide to go with the traction model, because I run all my businesses on the traction model, it's this software called 90.io. And you literally can set up accountability charts. It's digitized, so it's not no paper, nothing.
Yeah.
You can set tags for your VAs, yourself. You can set company goals, milestones. You can set revenue forecasts, projections, like all the stuff that you guys are trying to strive towards. It's inside there. It's like
That's called 90O.
90.io. It's like $10 per user, but honestly, it's the best money I spent because I see my business at a snapshot. I'm very visual, right? I use things like usage charts to create process maps for everything in my business. You know, from acquisitions, what's the flow to acquisition? What's the flow from acquisition to disposition? And then once disposition lock it up, who's transaction coordinating these things? So like the Lucid chart gives me a visual, and as we hire new people, we put them, like you said, to that 3-day training, and we show them that, hey, this is the standard way we do things. And I got most of this stuff from McDonald's, right? You know, did you have a McDonald's, Burger King, or AMC military type of job when you was in high school somewhere?
Yeah, personally, I actually worked at Papa John's during my high school career. So, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was at Jason Deli.
So do you guys think, right, that any of them skills, them hard skills that was taught to you at these workplaces, did that translate to you doing the wholesaling business? Anything you learned?
I learned I ain't want to do it no more.
Yeah, quite frankly, yeah.
But other than that, just work. It helped my work ethic because it was like, okay, I don't want to do this. And when I found out about wholesaling, I immediately quit my job. So it was like, you don't want to do this. So go hard, put that same energy that you're doing in the job to what you want to do, right? Because I was spending about 8 hours a day every day. If I put that in my dreams, I already know what I could do.
Right.
So that's kind of what I learned from the job.
So what would you guys care to tell us some of your dreams? Like I asked everybody to come on my show. I don't know if you watch my show. It's the start of new decade. It's 2020, right? The end of the decade will be 2030. What are some things or some dreams you hope to accomplish in the next 10 years?
Man, I'll go ahead and start with that. My biggest dream, and most of my dreams really align with my family and things like that. Just really being able to take care of my family financially, actually making them more literate as well as far as with their finances. Of course, I want to retire my parents. During 2 years, I hope to have at least 100 units by then, and really just keep on adding on to that dream. Because I feel as if a lot of times people get in this business, that's all everybody just want to do the same thing, right? Everybody want to get rentals and things like that. But I just want to kind of expand into different other things as well, new businesses and things like that. So that's somewhat of my dream. Yeah. It's really take care of my family.
Nice.
For sure. Like Tyson said, one of my biggest goals is having 100 rentals before 30. And I feel like we're going to smash that. Another thing is, what did you say?
I said, how old are you right now, Jalen?
On 19.
Man, that's that. Hey, man, you can get that by 25, brother.
That's what I'm saying. I need to change it up a little bit. But
there's a company called Finance of America, and it's like a asset-based lender where they don't give a shit about your tax returns. They do care about your credit, right? But they don't care about your tax return. That's the number one thing that stops people from getting rentals. And they'll lend to you as many properties as you want, you know what I mean? Because it's strictly asset-based lending. So what you can do here's a suggestion.
For sure.
You really take and assign that deal back to you through a blank LLC. Put your assignment on it. Have enough cash in your account if you guys got cash to front the closing costs and then reimburse yourself where you literally can cherry pick the houses you want to keep without really bringing much money to the closing table because you're taking your assignment money and you're using it and diverting it to the rental. You know what I mean? So one of the things you guys should do is get with a sophisticated lawyer, somebody like from Anders Advisors, to really work out this whole portfolio thing. Because if you guys want to do a joint portfolio, you want to make sure there's some things in there just in case your partnership don't work. If you want to separate, then you want to make sure that how I'm going to pay my partner his deserved part of the assignment fee because I want to keep this as a rental. So that's some things that you guys should think about going into the new year, because especially if you want to do rentals, you want to think about all that stuff because, you know, the rental's sexy, but, you know, there's a lot of politics coming on the property, especially dealing with the local municipality right now with the coronavirus and people not paying rent. You definitely want to make sure you liquid as fuck, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to make sure you're really liquid because you don't want to get caught with your pants down. So move forward real quick. What is some advice you can give maybe a struggling wholesaler? Because honestly, I talk to a lot of people, right? I deal with a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. And I can literally say, and it's not to discourage anybody, maybe 94% of people that I see that try to do this business fail miserably. Mm-hmm. And I think the difference maker is the discipline, the consistency, and the sense of urgency. So what is some advice you can give somebody that's currently out here watching right now? They've probably been, you know, in real estate since January, but they haven't closed their first deal. What could you give them to say, hey, bro, this is what you should do to get to that next level?
So one of the first things I'll say is start as young as possible, because the younger you are, the less liabilities you have. You don't have any kids,
Right.
you don't have any bills.
I agree.
So it's way easier to get into it because you can go all in. But let's say for that person who's not young and got the liabilities, I would just say just stay super, super consistent and stay super hungry. Because that's
Right.
the only, when you ain't got no money, that's the only way you can get it. You got to have that hustle. And one thing is burn your boats. Don't have a plan B. Because if you have a plan B, when things get hard, you go run those boats. And
Right.
you know burning the boats analogy and things like that?
Yeah, you can explain to the people out here that might not know, but I know it.
For sure. So burning your boats is basically, my dad told me back then it was like people fighting. Somebody, so of course they did boats and like going to islands to fight other people. So the war general, I forgot his name, he said, so we're gonna go and attack this island and we're gonna burn the boats. And basically what that did, that motivated his people, because like we ain't got no way back. So you ain't got no plan B. You have to win, or you just have to win. And that's one thing that stuck with me a lot when my dad told me that, is because I have to make this work. You have to come in the mentality, I gotta make this work. This for my family, this for my kids. I have to make this work. So that's a big thing that I would do, is no plan Bs.
And I just to piggyback off that, I mean, just for what I was going to say, I mean, I just had the mindset of like, I have to make this work. You know, a lot of times people be like, you know, I want to get a deal, you know, I want to make this happen, but it was like, for me, I had to. And I really took on that mindset when I heard Real Estate Diddy say that. And from since then, I was like, man, I have to make this work. And of course, being really consistent at what you're doing. I mean, when me and Jalen first started, I mean, every single day we go jobbing for dollars. We got 100 properties every day. And not only did we go jobbing for dollars, we put out 150 bandit signs every single weekend.
Right.
At night, we don't care if it's raining, we don't care if it's cold. We getting out there, and we were cold calling every day.
That's the plan that most people lack, and that's what I want to kind of like merge to, like the discipline. Because when you say, "Bro, I have to make this work," most of the people, this is their second or third option, and they just, "Hey, I'm in real estate, I'm in the Facebook group, I'm around it, but I'm not really doing it."
Right.
Yeah, for sure. You can't have that mindset. I mean, you can, but that's not gonna give you much success.
Right. So we talked about, you know, the new person, what advice you can give them. Who's been like your biggest supporter in the real estate industry, or have you guys just sticking with yourselves and just thugged it out, or there's some people you can you know, really say, hey, this person put me to the side or put me on point with this person really helped me with that? Who are some of them people?
So for me, I actually had a lot of mentors down the road. One person, Dion Britton, Dallas. That's was my first mentor. I had a lot of people, like about 5, 6, and that's another thing I would tell people. You need to surround yourselves and build relationships with people who's actually doing it. Because every time I had a question, I was running back, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? So yeah, I had about 5 or 6 actually.
Right.
If
And
you
what
need,
about you, Ty?
Same as well, man. I had a lot of mentors along the way. And actually, how I got started was the craziest thing, and how I found my first mentor. Um, just by me taking action. What I did was I just asked my mom, who was our realtor that sold us our house, and I searched the list of those realtors with that company, and I really just called the first realtor I thought made an impression on me. And then since then, I just been, just been open to listening to people who's doing better than me and stuff like that. Um,
for sure.
but I have, 5, 6 mentors. Of course, my parents been supportive, my grandparents, so I just had a lot of people around me.
You say mentors, you don't mean like, because I think in this industry, people get misconstrued that you got to go spend $50,000 to get some good information for somebody. These are just people who genuinely want to see you win, and they don't mind being an open book to you to give you some wisdom, I'm assuming.
Right, correct. And even the mentors I had, of course, I didn't pay for them, but I just brought a lot of value for them, or a lot of value to them. My first mentor, I brought him a deal. You know what I
Right.
mean? Second mentor worked for him as acquisitions manager. You know what I mean? So
Right.
things like that.
And let's talk about that because I think that's why a lot of people can't get the resources that most of the people that's crushing it does and don't get the favoritism is because they feel entitled. You say, hey man, here's a deal. Now work with me. Show me something. Right? You got their attention. And that's the one thing I teach everybody. You got to give people attention. Whether or not you are an influencer or you are a wholesaler, you are a fix and flipper. When I fix my houses, first thing I do is hit the bathrooms hard. Then hit the kitchen because I want that wife attention. I want her pocketbook to be open to buy my house, right? And I think that's what some people struggle with is that they feel like, hey, I'm trying to do this. I'm struggling, and since you are way ahead of me, by right, you should help me. And I think that's wrong. How you feel about that?
100%. Because people come and ask me a lot of questions now, and I'll help them. Like originally, I'll help them, and then because I really, in all honesty, I copy and paste everything. Hey, I want to get in real estate. I got a copy and paste message, but when I see that somebody's actually trying, I'm okay with helping them. But like you said, I brought a lot of value to my current mentors. So you just got to come with value first mindset because why would somebody who's doing it big help you and they got 200 people asking them? You got to bring something to me so I can be more inclined to help you. So that's a huge point that you made.
People forget that like those people have like lives and they have a whole business that they run. So it's like they don't have time just to sit here and answer every single question that you have. So you got to get their attention. You got to get around them as well and provide much value.
Right. I think that's what a lot of people get stuck on. That they feel like, hey, you started to answer my questions, and they keep going and going, and then me, I just leave people on red. Like, oops, my bad. It's no respect, but at the end of the day, like that's why I got these these Facebook lives and these YouTube channels for things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind helping people. We made a business out of helping people, right? We have our real estate business. We have our, our VA business. We have all these businesses, but when it comes down to it, you got to pay to play. You guys came to me, and honestly, I haven't even spoken to you guys. That's how I run my business. I don't want to speak to everybody. Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. Like, so you came to my team and our company, and you grabbed your VAs and did what you're supposed to do. And not once you say, bro, I'm 19. Can you look out for me? I'm 18. I'm just trying to get going. Can you bless me with something? And that's why when the call came through and said, hey, these guys want to talk to you, I said, you know what, put them on the show. Let's talk on the show. Let's make it an open forum, so that way, maybe somebody else out here can benefit from it. So I'm hitting two birds with one stone. I'm answering questions. I'm working with you guys. I'm interviewing you guys. And at the end of the day, we all are receiving value. So that's the thing I think that most people sleep on this business is to provide more value. Guys, everybody out here that's watching, I don't give a shit if you ain't got no money in your pocket. I don't care if you ain't closed a deal yet. You always got to overgive more than you take, right? So if someone gets your attention, They should be trying to bring a JV deal that they can't find a buyer. That's going to get your attention. Oh, yeah, you need help in the DFW? Come on, let's go. You're not going to say, bro, how you turn an ARV? You're not going to be answering no questions like that when you're trying to run a six-figure business.
For sure.
Exactly.
100%.
So let's go back to the VAs, because I'm intrigued. Like, I don't really get a chance to talk to many people, especially young people, who had the idea to say, hey, I'm going to double down with the VAs. Everybody I know, even when they got their first real estate check, they were scared as shit to even get a VA. They're like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to get this check. I'm not hiring nobody. I'm just going to slowly bleed out, right? You're still going to bleed out, but they prefer the slow way. So
Yeah.
let's talk about, like, what made you stomach the risk? Because both of you saying like risk takers. You can't make 6 figures a month or hit nearly close to 6 figures, a month and not be a risk taker. I don't care what nobody says.
For sure. So a major thing with me for VAs is, one, they were on a cheaper side. So just to be honest, and just when you talk about overhead, it just makes sense.
Right.
Then when I actually started working with VAs, I had a misconception that they can't do everything an American does, which they can. If you train VAs, they can do anything. And Antoine actually helped me realize that as well, because I actually been working with you for even longer than me and Tyson has been partners, because I was been buying VAs. And like Janice, she's a killer. Like, so like people like that, I was like, if he can do it in training VAs, I know we can. So that was good for me.
And for me, Jalen had to really convince me and make me a believer in that, because I came from a company where most of our cold callers were in-house and they were Americans and things like that. So I was big on, they have too much of an accent, or, they may not understand, or they might, you know what I mean? But Jalen had to be a true believer of, like, man, these are regular people. They can do the same thing that we can do. They just got to be trained to do it. That's it.
And go work harder.
They go work harder.
Way harder, bro. That's why I love them, man. Like, I'm back. I'm down to 34. I had 39. Then I fired like 6 people. I cleaned house last week and got rid of some bad apples. Yeah. But I honestly say, if you love what you're doing and you have a passion, it doesn't feel like work. Especially working with the VAs. Like, they can text me 3 in the morning. I text back. It's 3 o'clock in their time, but the point is, like, I'm that passionate about working with them. I love it, right? People are like, hey, bro, when are you going to get you some American callers? Or people inbox me, hey, man, I'll do anything for you. I call. Like, the chemistry I done created with the VAs, they inseparable with me and my business. I feel like I can't speak for nobody else. So one of the things I want to kind of put out, right, is that, like you said, Jalen, people think that, just because you got a VA, they just good for calling on the phone.
Yeah.
Just because you got a VA, they just good for sorting your list. Like, pull back the onions of your business, and is there some high level shit that your VAs do that most people may frown upon?
So, one thing is like a lead manager position.
Right.
So that lead manager position is more like an acquisition call.
Right.
It's warming up the lead to get to the acquisition. So that's one thing that we do that a lot of people wouldn't, because they're like, okay, we wouldn't let a VA even touch an acquisition call, but she's effective and that works for us like crazy. And we have an admin VA as well that helps us with like admin tasks if we need something done, if we don't want to do it. And so that's kind of how we use our VAs and cold callers. But we're for sure, as much as we scale, we find different positions for them. Like today, we basically promoted one of our cold callers to managing our VAs. And she's so cold that before we even asked, she had whole spreadsheets with things that I would even think about. So that shows that they have skill sets that we don't. That's one that we got from you, actually. So they have skill set that we lack. And she can lead the VAs better than us.
Right now, like anybody out there, and it's not about the VAs, but the point I'm making is you can't tell me these VAs ain't contributing to the 6 figures, right?
100%.
So
we won't be here without them.
Because most people can't get over the hump of the VAs to even get the deals, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I keep talking about it. So one of the things I wanted to stress was promoting within. You see what I'm saying? Like, our company really benefited from the coronavirus, on the VA perspective, because most of these call centers who had these people working 10, 15 years there was out of work. So we doubled up on recruitment for clients like yourself to say, hey, This person may be working a 4-hour job, but if you rock with them and you develop them more, they may be running a whole division in your company. Don't know what it is, but that's up to you to figure out. Here you go, $4 an hour. Not even trying to charge no more than that. Now you're trying to charge more than what my business model is because it's been working for 2 years for us.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And like you said, everything that we see we need a need for, okay, we probably need this in our company. Our first thought is a VA. So like you said, we're promoting within, and just everything that we need in our company is going to be filled really by a virtual assistant. So
I mean, Jalen was just talking to me about like a few days ago about a Dispo assistant, which is going to be a VA. I mean, he telling me about a VA social media manager, people that handle your social media and stuff like that. So pretty much, yeah.
You see the post?
Yeah.
Who's on that?
For sure.
Yeah.
It ain't. I can't back to back on all these platforms. People probably like, this dude crazy. Half that stuff ain't me. But once you get comfortable and you show, see, the thing is, people not big enough to show people their vision. So if you say, hey, I want to go this way, if you can articulate and translate that into like a step-by-step what you want, literally, the VA can step in and do that for you.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
For sure. And a huge thing with VAs that I see a lot is people try to get VAs and just say, okay, autopilot. No.
Nah, it don't work.
It don't work. You have to train. You have to keep connected with your VAs and build a culture with the company where they want to stay. Like, we incentivize the heck out of our VAs so they'll want to stay. We try to talk to our VAs. We do certain things that other companies are not going to do. It just helps performance, and it just helps them keep stay motivated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we talked about the VAs. We talked about promoting with them. We talked about you consider making the VAs a disposition manager. Now, what's stopping you, Tyson, from saying, hey, you know what? I want you to come in. I want you to make acquisition calls with me.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, good question, Antoine.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. And then that's the hardest thing. I feel like acquisitions. I don't. Is it really a key part in our business? Of course, that's how all the revenue comes in. So with me, I just got to get over that. It's going to be a hard time for me giving up something that was bringing all the money in, and which I'm so good at. Like I close all of our deals predominantly.
you can be greater if you could train up 3 people around you, and then you can go a little further out in the smaller markets in Texas and crush it.
Yeah.
You know, we know who Corey Thompson is. He's down in the DFW area too. I think Waco. So he's a guy down there, and he buys a lot of what they call shit boxes, like little houses that were 50, 60,000, but they rent for $1,200 a month. So a VA would be a perfect candidate to come in and close these easy, I could do it in my sleep transaction, especially if you create a proprietary formula. You know what I mean? Like, once you figure out, that's one thing I teach. Like I said, you know what? Let's take this shit and make it McDonald's, right? Let's take my business and say, every process I got, we're going to make it so simplified that my 12-year-old son can come in and do it. That's why do you know Aaron Bevins?
Do I know what?
Do you know Aaron Bevins? He's from San Antonio.
Oh, I
heard him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We was on IG the other day cracking jokes, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we about to, this guy Steve about to do a closers competition." I'm like, "Man, bro, nobody went about no closers competition." I put my VA on the phone and hang with you guys. Like, what are we talking about? I cannot make more money without my day-to-day involvement. That's something that I always ask myself as an entrepreneur. I don't care about competitions. I don't even care about making more money than the next guy. If I can make money without my day-to-day involvement, I won. Because now, like you said, Tyson, I can go focus on the next business venture. I can go spend time with my family. I can go help my children with school. I can do things that really matter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your schedules. Like, what does it? Are you just working yourself to death until you go to sleep, or is there something off the table like, hey, Sundays we're not working. That's the time for my loved ones, or what's that really mean to you as far as a good, consistent schedule?
So as far as my schedule, me and Jalen both can attest to that. I mean, we don't really work as much as what most people think we probably do. Probably on a daily basis, probably work about 5 hours, 6 hours a day.
That's a
Right, like 5, 6 hours a day. So my schedule really, I mean, I wake up, me and Jalen have our meeting every morning, and then I hop straight on my acquisitions calls for the day, and then I mean I have a schedule for when I'm gonna call them. Right, I'm gonna do follow ups from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and then I'm gonna start back again at 12:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then again at 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So
smart. So you in the morning, you hitting them in the afternoon, in the evenings.
For
what
sure.
are you saying?
I said that's smart. So you hitting them in the morning, the afternoons, and then the evenings, just in case they kind of at work somewhere or doing something.
Exactly. So I mean, well, that's been working for us. I mean, our schedule is pretty simple like that, and we can handle it because, like I said, I have a process of like how leads come to me. So I mean, I'm probably responsible for about like 30 leads a day. Somewhere around there.
I'm going to ask you next, like, what's that sweet spot for follow up, right? Because the one thing I'm teaching my people, like when it comes to the acquisition training, is that guys, don't get stuck on 1 or 2, 3 sellers. You need to swell that pipeline up to the point that you can consistently follow up with 30, 40 people a day. That's the secret sauce to get a contract.
Right.
How does that look? Is that something you do consistently every day, or that's just something you try to do as much as possible?
I would say around that number 30, 40 follow-ups. But that's just, warm leads and, hot leads, right? And of course, inbound leads that's coming in on a daily basis. Other than that, I mean, we still follow up with our cold leads. Our lead managers take care of that, and she calls about 50 to 100 leads herself in a day.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Hey, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen that's watching, this is the time to drop your questions. We want to go through some questions. Maybe you guys can answer some questions, get some people some encouragement, and I get you off the call as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Go ahead, that commercial break for me.
Hey everyone, my name is Franz, and today I'm representing Antoine Campbell's V1 Marketing and Training LLC. We are giving away $100 to 7 lucky winners and more. We have surprise for our community. We will give away DRIP 2020 accesses to those who have been following us since and didn't get a chance to join the event. So how are you going to join this giveaway? First, follow us on all of our social media accounts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of the links are available right here. Fill out the form and agree to the terms of service and privacy policy. Share the post that you're going to see on our Facebook page and on our Instagram page and tag 10 of your friends. We'll verify all of this information before we would do the giveaway and announce the winners live on Facebook and YouTube at 4 p.m. EST. Make sure to turn on your notifications. You can visit CEO929.com for more information.
We're back. So we're just the end of the tail end of the podcast. Oh, you want to call it? We usually take these and put them on our podcast. So I definitely want to make sure that I didn't miss any questions. So here's some questions coming in. Franz, can you go ahead and throw it up on the screen so that way they can see it as well? And we'll go from there. So Jackie asks, can you go over the book you recommend, and also what's the must-have software, info, and items for starting a wholesale business for young people?
So, Jalen, you answer it first. I got second.
Can you go over the book you recommend? The book I recommend is Traction. It basically shows you how to efficiently and effectively scale your business. It kind of shows you the foundation. Okay, what do you need in your business? What are things that, again, what are things that you need to scale? What do you think things you need to just run an efficient business? So that's the book.
So the must-have softwares. I would say the must-have softwares is honestly all you need is Deal Machine. You need a dialer, which you can use call tools, and that's really it. The Deal Machine and a dialer. That's it. You need to get the leads. You need to call the leads. Those are 2 things you really need.
For sure.
Give me another question. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your questions. Remember, these 2 guys are young. They hitting 6 figures. I wasn't hitting 6 figures when I was 19, but I damn sure was hitting 6 figures when I was 23. So I'm very happy that I see young brothers like yourself just putting in that work, man. Like, you're not asking for no handouts. You're not talking about, you had a terrible childhood and you've been through this. You're not playing a sympathy card. You're playing a grind card, and I love it, brother. That's why I wanted you guys on the show, because people need to see this. People need to see that this is real, that you can achieve this, and don't make an age a factor. You're not looking for that as a crutch. You're just doing what you're supposed to do by putting in the work.
Yeah, and like I said, actually being young, it was one of my biggest advantages. So if you young right now, listening or watching, go after it. The time is now. Don't wait 2 years. Well, I'm just gonna have fun for 2 years and do it. No,
Right.
do it now.
So quick question before we get back into the questions.
Okay.
You guys are college student products, or you just went straight from high school to the pros?
Straight from high school.
High school to the pros.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Let me tell you, man. I like to celebrate people while they winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you guys gonna have hard times, but that's called entrepreneurship. So I think you probably already know that. But one of the things I want to illustrate to people, though, is that you got to have this mindset that, hey, I need to go to the Super Bowl. And I always tell people, it's okay to celebrate regular season wins, but the end of mine is Super Bowl. So your Super Bowl to me is you saying, hey, I need to get these 100 houses. Hey, I need to be more sufficient in my business. Hey, I want to promote my VAs. Hey, there's still stuff man he'll want to learn, and we're going to work together to get to that. Hey, I do have mentors, so hey, you should get mentors too. Some people say mentors are scams. Some people say don't get a mentor. That's the most stupidest shit I ever heard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the day I had to like start hiring mentors and start paying for stuff, that's when my life turned around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because nobody want to admit this. And stop me if I'm wrong. Say, hey, bro, you're wrong. But that YouTube University can become quicksand really quick. And you can't get out. You watching video after video, and there's nobody verifying that, hey, that what that dude said, that ain't right. Or, nah, that's not the way you do it, right? The only way to really realize that is get a high-level mentor that done what you're trying to get going, or to just feel the way to it, to perfection. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's a combination of hiring and consulting with people and failing. Right, I had to say, you know what? I'm gonna launch this business. It's not perfect, but at least we started.
Right, I agree 100%.
And like you said, you need a mentor, because all the information you're not gonna even decipher. Okay, I need to do this with this information, do this with this information, because you're new. And if you have a mentor, and one thing that you said, which is on point, is me and Tyson, we're about to hit 140 grand for the month, but we're not satisfied. We're blessed. But this 100, because you really don't realize how 140 grand is a lot of money. But when you talk about trying to retire your family and all that,
to go through 100, I tell people, man, $1,000 is the new $100. Like I can't tell you how many $1,000 I spend a day just on maintaining my businesses. Like it's crazy. But then when you look at it, you look at what you made of money, like, damn, okay, I see why. But then you push your team. So like people, like I push my team every day. You know what I mean? I got people on my team that's strong, and I try to not break them, but let them know, like, hey, this is work. Don't think it's easy. Because if you condition somebody to say, I'm vicious, I know what I'm doing, it's easy, I can do it in my sleep, they're eventually gonna drop the ball at some point. So you gotta condition them to be alert and be focused at all times.
For sure.
I agree with that.
So, Rudy Banks said, are you reinvesting, or are you looking to grow your private money investors, I guess? I'm not sure what that means. I do know what it means, but let me let you read it, and you reiterate what you're thinking, man.
So, are you reinvesting, or are you looking to grow your private money investors? Yeah, we're always looking to grow our private money investors. I'm trying to figure out what is he talking about?
I think he's talking about like wholesale.
So I think he's saying, are you taking your wholesale money and you dumping it into deals and finance your own deals? If you get a rental and the bank say, bring us 20%, we'll do it. Or are you finding people to say, hey, I give you 20% if you make me a partner, or you give me a preferred rate of return on my money?
Oh, of course, yeah, most definitely. We'll definitely look for private money investors. But at the moment, I mean, the rental we were going to close on, we're going to use our own money and our own funds to close on it. Just the hardest thing about finding private money is making sure you're not screwing them over, and as well as they're getting a good return on their money.
And then you gotta make sure. I took money from many people, and the one thing I made sure I do is make sure that they understand the game. If you take money from somebody, and maybe they hit the lottery or some shit, and then like they mess up their main money. Now they calling you 3 months later, hey, what's up with that money? I need it right now. They don't understand the game. That hey, under a contract, and when this deal sell or we refinance, we pay you back. So that's why a lot of people don't deal with unaccredited investors. You know what I mean? So as you start to scale your business, YouTube, I hope and pray that you go seek somebody like a Daniel Clayman who has a private money course for like $100. Like, but this shit is gold. He has a monthly mastermind for $99 to show you how to buy rentals right, how to do new construction, how to wholesale land. Like, these are the people that I go to for my advice, because I don't know everything, right? I tell everybody, listen, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I always, feed myself every day with content. So you want to go out to the people that's literally doing what you're trying to do. And that's another reason why I said, don't just get a mentor, get to a consultant. So when you guys came to me for VAs, you knew in your heart that I'm the best option, right? There might be other people out there that there may be another option, but nobody can tell me I'm not the best option, because I'm the one that's going to put up all the money. I'm the one that's going to even put up my rent money to make sure my business is so successful that the customers always benefits.
For sure. For sure. And to further answer that question as well, so our strategy around closing rentals, so we built a relationship with a community bank, and so for all of our rentals, we just have to bring 25% to the table. And since we stay liquid, and even though we're young, since we stay so liquid, they're taking a chance on us. And once we get our tax returns back next year, they said we can close 1 to 2 rentals a month with them. So that's huge. Only bringing 25% to the table.
Right.
So yeah.
And what he mean by stay liquid, I mean, I know we didn't really touch into like how much we kind of pay ourselves and things like that. But me and Jalen, we don't.
I just give them money. You know me. I don't talk about money. Where I'm from, man, people they kill you for the money. So, but if you want to talk about it, that's cool. But I usually stay away from the money. I stay away from the hoods, because all that shit is pointless, right? You can show me a hood and you can take a $20,000 loss. Right, you can show them a hood and you owe your private lender $50,000, but you got a check for $30,000, which means you got to put the 20 up. So none of that has transparency behind it, in my opinion. So what I like to do is make sure I interview people that I know for a fact that's doing the business. You bought VAs from me, so I know you're solid. So at the end of the day, I just think that more people just need to come up with a strategy for their business so that they can be successful. Okay, for every 5 wholesale deals we do, we're going to pocket 2 wholesale deals and turn it into a rental, so something like that, and just come up with a game plan, and that's how you get ahead. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, and one thing I think Tyson was getting at, he wasn't getting to the monetary that we made. He was getting to more so how we pay ourselves. Because,
right.
Yeah, and we pay ourselves very low. Like, we're definitely way beneath our means, so we could stay liquid and go buy rentals.
So I'm assuming, because both your houses look pretty nice, and I know for a fact, Jalen, that brownish butterscotch color is not your color. You still stay with your people, your mother and father.
Yeah, I still stay with my mom.
That's a good thing, brother. I'm telling you. I moved out of my house, my parents' house, as soon as I got my first check. That was enough to pay rent by myself. And I don't really talk much about my parents because I respect them, but they was really toxic for each other. And I just wanted to get away from that so I can focus on me. And literally, if I could have stayed home for about another 5 more years and saved my money, ain't no telling where I would have been at in life by the time I was ready to move out. So what I'm telling you, from heart to heart, forget everybody's watching. Me and you just talking because we never had a chance to formally talk before the live. Stack that bread like somebody trying to chop your head off. Stay disciplined. Yeah. I wake up, look at my bank account, like, good God Almighty. But I don't try to spend it. There's a lot of people I help, me and my wife, but we don't make it a point to say, yeah, we up, what y'all need. You know what I'm saying? We just help real quietly and look out for people. But that's about it. So, your next 10 years, you should just be trying to get liquid. You should be trying to build your portfolio. You should be trying to pay down that debt. I'm 32 years old and I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't even own rentals. But the amount of money I get from all of my different businesses, if I could equate it to owning rentals, I probably would own about 600 rentals. You know what I'm saying? If you do the $300 a month, if they give you like an idea. So the point I'm making is, the rentals might be a good pay, but look into secondary businesses too. So when your wholesaling business starts to lag or it starts to go through that turbulence, it's going. I'm not trying to jinx you guys, but it's going to happen. Maybe look at doing a few little flips or something that can supplement just depending on assignment fees every month, because that's a dangerous game we play. Just relying on one source of income.
For sure.
I don't care if making $300,000 in surgery, brain surgery. You should definitely have some other vehicles to bring you money in every month.
For sure. And one thing I do as well as real estate, I took a month hiatus to focus on my real estate for our real estate company. But I do Forex as well, and it's legit. So I'm gonna really double down on that next year. So
Yeah, just double down, man. Just take you like, a couple of hundred or a couple of, whatever you're comfortable with. Throw in that trade account and say, I'm not touching this. Even if it dip, this is for this. And every time you get a nice spread, take it out and throw it inside some type of insurance policy or something that you can invest in. Like I say, insurance policy, and we could talk a little more about that offline. But if you throw into a whole life of policy, you know what I'm saying? Then if you wanted to go buy against it, whatever, or invest into your rentals, then you can take your whole life of policy to become an investor. It's a whole our conversation, but any extra cash you get, you should definitely look into open up some type of whole life policy for your business. You know what I mean? Or for yourself individually. Walmart do it. All the big corporations do it because that's a way for them, to shield some of their cash that they don't want to pay taxes on.
For sure.
So anything you want to leave the people with? Did I miss anything? Anything I didn't cover that you want to talk about? Anything?
Nothing much on my end. We kind of hit everything. But just follow my Instagram. We're gonna be.
I think you guys follow you back now because I don't really follow many people.
Yeah, I was like, he can't follow me back. I bought all these VAs from him. Nah, I'm playing.
Bad, bro. My bad. You know me. I don't pay much attention to people. That's not bad disrespectful. I'm just being honest.
For sure. And yeah, just follow us on Instagram. We're gonna be releasing a lot of real estate content. So if anybody, especially young, want some more nuggets, just follow us, and we're gonna be giving them out.
Right. Yeah, that's dope, man. I like to share from different people points of view because you might know the next software is going to change somebody's business. You know what I mean? You might know the next script or the next text message flow. Or, I just love it when I see people put themselves in position to become an authority. So, man, I appreciate you guys.
For sure.
For sure.
Let me make sure I ain't missed nothing real quick. I asked this one last question. Do you use VAs only for cold calling? Is that only marketing they do, being that they are relatives, is all off market? Well, read that for mouth like.
Do they always use VAs for cold calling? Is that the only marketing they do? So we use VAs for cold calling and admin tasks, following up with acquisitions calls. And is that the only marketing they do? You can answer that one, Tyson.
Do they use it? Yeah. So are they referring to what marketing that we do?
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah, so the only marketing that we currently do is cold calling at the moment. We are in 2021 getting into PPC, but currently at the moment all we do is cold calling. That's it.
Being that they are real serious off market.
Something that's working for me and my business that really changed. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I say it out here. Is that virtual driving for dollars. We got 4 virtual driving for dollar VAs, and man, we put in about 3,000 leads into our database, all across the Eastern Seaboard. And we literally seen a double increase in signed contracts just by using that strategy in our business.
That's huge because about a couple months ago, half of our revenue was just straight drawn for dollars, and we've been we hired a boots on ground person to draw for dollars for us.
Do virtual. We're gonna drop a little course, for our people that got VAs through us. It's free. We always try to give us support products to really increase the worth of what we're offering. And when we get that really situated, man, we're going to hit you guys up. So that way you can come to us and get some virtual drive for dollar VAs. Because yesterday we put 2,800 leads in the database. The day before we put 2,800. And as we really start getting good, man, on average we put 1,500 a day into the database. So, we skill trace them, we text them, and literally it's fucking buckets and buckets and buckets of hat leads that's coming in. It's crazy. And in fact, I got to hire another acquisition person to help.
And the crazy part about that, me and Jalen were getting 100 properties a day each. That was 200 leads that we were getting. So, we were averaging about, one contract a week just doing that only. Yeah. So imagine, putting 2,800. That's crazy.
That's what I'm you guys, man. Like I said, this is my first time meeting you guys. So, yeah, I'm a little vulnerable telling things out on live. But, one thing I learned is that the information I give, you still got to take action.
For sure.
People are not going to do a damn thing we just said. And I'm cool.
If I
can help 1 or 2 people, I did my job.
For sure, 100%.
Exactly.
But we definitely gotta, talk more, man. I enjoyed this conversation. I appreciate you guys. So Tyson, how they gonna follow you? Did you put your Instagram out there?
No, I didn't. My Instagram is Tyson.Lorenz. So that's TYSON.Lorenz. There you go, right there. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram.
For sure. And thank you for having us on as well. And if you have any high level masterminds, or if you have any questions, we'll definitely let you know, because we scaling this to the moon. So we need
Hey,
somebody.
you know me, I'm starting to take on more consulting gigs where like I just come in and I show you, okay, this is the process map, this is what we do. I got a process manager. We'll come in and tighten that shit up and send you to the moon and back.
For sure. And one more, I have a question for you. This is one question. How much do you work on a day-to-day basis with all these VAs?
I work on a day-to-day basis. I always don't track that, but I say on average I work 6 hours, if I be honest with you, but I can literally work 16 hours a day without realizing it. But on average, it's about 6 hours. But you know me, my number one goal right now is to create sustainable companies without my day-to-day involvement. That's my mission statement to myself. Create sustainable companies without my day-to-day involvement. Whether they 6-figure a month or 6-figure a year, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when I have a bunch of them and add it to the pack, that's going to get me to where I want to be.
For sure. For sure.
I agree. 100%.
So appreciate you guys, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Friends, if we got any commercials, we can get these guys off the screen, play the commercials, give us our announcements. In fact, if you want to roll with the giveaway right now, let's roll with the giveaway. January, I'm going to say it right now, we're doing a 7-day marketing challenge. So many people are struggling getting hot leads like we just talked about. So we're going to show you step by step what we do as a company to get leads. It's free for anybody to join. Drop your emails into the live. We're working on building a landing page so you can go there and sign up. You have your own login portal. It's going to be an amazing thing. We'll give you a free workbook. You just got to print it out to fill it out. That's January 1st. For the month of January, I haven't made my mind up yet, but I want to help maybe 1 or 2 people. Haven't decided all the way yet. I'm thinking about paying a few people car notes off completely so you can take that money and put it back into marketing, or pay somebody to pay off. It depends on how sexy I feel once January. But we definitely want to give back. Our number one goal right now is to give back and build legacies for everybody that's around us. So if you know somebody that's struggling, or if you know somebody that's really having a hard time, I'm willing to pay their rent or their car note. Maybe 1 or 2 people. I talk to friends and see what they think about it. We'll make that announcement official once we decide how we want to go with that. Other than that, man, appreciate you, Tyson. Thank you so much. Tell Jalen thank you. I know the internet done dropped out again. But I catch you guys on the next one.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing But Nugget podcast. Amazing episode. 2 young, humble guys. They've been working with my company for months and didn't even know it, right? Like, that's how many customers we have. And Janice said, hey, man, I think you want to talk to these 2 young guys. They very humble. They, every other week they calling for VAs, to buy more VAs. They spend their money. They don't complain. They don't ask for discounts. And I'm like, man, that's good. Bring them on the show. So appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't get too big-headed. Stay humble. Take care of your people. Take care of everybody around you. And I promise God will bless you with things that you've never seen in your life. But, France, what we have with things? While we on live, we got everybody's attention. Let's just go ahead and do our giveaway right now. Let's get it out the way, because we don't want to go live twice. Let's just get it out the way since it's almost 4 o'clock, if we can. I'm giving away $100 right now to 1 lucky person. Let me make sure I got some juice on my phone. I got enough battery. We're going to give away $100 right now to 1 lucky person. All you got to do is go to CEO929. We're giving away $100 tomorrow and as well as Friday. Go to CEO929.com to follow the simple directions, and we'll take good care of you.
Right.
What's up, France? You quiet today?
Not really. I'm gonna play the commercial.
Let's try the commercial. We got commercials, baby. We turn this into the Antoine Campbell Studios.
All right. Hey. Give me your attention for just a second. My name is France, and I represent Antoine Campbell Enterprises. This year, we have heard a lot of people from our community asking how to better their marketing strategies and get more deals. So here's what. Do yourself a favor and register on our 7 Days Marketing Challenge. We will give you a specialized training, lead and list resources, guide you with setting up your business virtually, text messaging tools, and more. We will post the link to register today. You can comment your email address so that we know you're serious about scaling your business and that you have watched this full video. You may also visit www.ceo929.com for any updates. And follow us on all of our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just look for CEO929. See you then. Good luck.
So yeah, so we're going to be giving away $100 right now, live here. Like I said, just follow simple directions. There's some things that people taught you in school. Following directions. So while we waiting on that, what else we got lined up? Oh, tomorrow, my guy Moses, another young shark. I'm bringing the sharks out, baby. I'm trying to encourage and show you guys for the year over with that this business is possible. Don't let no young kids out hustle you. Don't let no young kids outwork you. You get what I'm saying? He's coming. He's going to be showing you how he's doing multiple deals a month virtually. I'm bringing in my virtual proof. Most of these people I work with, I decided to start bringing clients out and let them show themselves and show everybody what they've been up to. So Moses coming on the show tomorrow, 1 p.m. again. It's going to be another banger, back to back. I can't wait for that one. What we looking like, France?
I'm just creating the.
Okay, do your thing. I stall them out. Somebody text, how much do you charge for VAs? Listen, text us, 202-335-3322. We got multiple sales reps sitting there waiting on you to text so we can figure out how we can help you. I want everybody to text that number. If you haven't closed the deal, text that number and let's figure out what we can put you in to get you to the next level. We have products for everything. Even if you're on a $50 budget, we have something that's going to change your life for $50. Text that number so you can get going with yourself. It's almost the end of the year. You got what? 8 days to turn this shit around. Because the one thing I don't want you doing is starting the New Year's over with the same funky ass habits that you've been doing all year. I want you to turn this around, ladies and gentlemen. Text us 202-335-3322. If you're interested in VAs, just like my guys just showed you, they purchase VAs from us and they taking their business to the next level. Text us. If you currently have a VA and you're just like, what am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing? Text us. We have a VA management service, right? If you have a VA that's a killer, that's a shop, and you want them to become an acquisition manager, text us. We got the acquisition program. You know what I mean? We got everything. We like your number one stop shop when it comes to real estate advancement, right? That's a good thing. Real estate advancement. I like that. We are number one stop shop when it comes to real estate advancement. Don't worry about what the other people said. Worry about where you're trying to go. Don't doubt yourself. If you feel that you haven't accomplished anything this year, 2021, let's see, can we turn that shit around for you? The one thing about our company, we hold our people accountable. We check in on you. We make sure you're doing what you said you're going to do. We follow up, and we try our best to push you to the next level. So let's go with the $100 giveaway so we can get you guys off of here. And Frank's going to announce it right now.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's here.
If you're watching a replay on YouTube, still text us. You can text us 24 hours a day. We will bring that back. And it's not no part. It's literally me or somebody else. Xavier, congratulations. You won $100. Keep applying the pressure, brother. I am about to send that to you right now. Hopefully you're watching a broadcast. If not, that's cool. Just let me know when you text it to me, friends.
Yeah, I did. Xavier is just the third person who won the $100, so you guys still have a chance to win. Please fill out the form on CEO929.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, CEO929 as well. Hey everyone, my name is France, and today I'm representing Anton Campbell's V1 Marketing and Training LLC. We are giving away $100 to 7 lucky winners and more. We have surprise for our community. We will give away DRIP 2020 accesses to those who have been following us since and didn't get a chance to join the event. So, how are you going to join this giveaway? First, follow us on all of our social media accounts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of the links are available right here. Fill out the form and agree to the terms of service and privacy policy. Share the post that you're going to see on our Facebook page and on our Instagram page and tag 10 of your friends. We will verify all of this information before we would do the giveaway and announce the winners live on Facebook and YouTube at 4 p.m. EST. Make sure to turn on your notifications. You can visit CEO929.com for more information.
I'm sending it back to you right now. There you go. So we like to post proof because, people love talking shit about you. So I just want to make sure that we all have the same understanding that this is legitimate and there's no strings attached. You just follow the simple directions and we send you $100. Like I said, for the month of January, we're going to step it up. I want to pay someone's rent or car note. I don't know yet. I'll let you know exactly what we want to do. But we definitely want to change some lives. So there you go. Xavier, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching live. Hey, friends, do we have anything you want to leave the people with? Or anything the Christmas thing. We got a Christmas sale running. Grab you some things before it goes away.
Yeah, that's true. The Christmas promotion that we have, we're currently on sale for a Christmas promo, and it's going to be up until January 2nd. So a lot of things in store for January as well. But this is the best time for you to purchase or get a VA, right? So a lot of things that you can go to. Just go to v1vas.com/Christmas sale, and you'll be able to take advantage of our promotions.
Exactly. And tell your spouse, husband or wife, hey, honey, only thing I want for Christmas is a VA. And I promise you, next year going to be really good for you. Really, really good. And we are working on launching our social media management division of the V1 brands. We're going to be, listen, guys, if you are a real estate agent, you are an influencer, you are a insurance broker, you are a person that's just selling tea, or you just need attention. You need some marketing, some lead pages built out, and you just need to really take your business to the next level. Text us, next level, to 202-335-3322, 202-335-3322. We looking to take some people to the next level. We already working with people. We just don't announce everything we do. But we already work with a few realtors, and we really want to expand that. So people, because you might not need a VA, right? You might not know to teach the VA what you know, but you work with us and pay us a flat fee every month, and you get to the next level.
All right, I guess that's it.
Okay, catch you guys later. Appreciate you.
Goodbye, everybody.